Hey, this is Judgment Waits. Happy Friday to you guys. I wanted to talk about YouTube today, how to make money on YouTube, how much money you make, what kind of percentage do you get when you're partnered, and how much money do I make. I'm going to tell you everything that I know about YouTube and try to make it as simple as possible. Now, there are actually a few different ways to make money off of YouTube, but there's one primary way, and that is by adding advertisements to your videos. So you'll make a YouTube account. It'll ask you, do you want to monetize your views? You click yes or no, go through the process, and you can start adding advertisements to your videos if all the content is stuff that you own. So basically, if you do a vlog or you do something, that's all your own content, you can put a video on it and you'll earn all the money from that, minus what you pay in taxes and everything like that. Now, if you do gaming stuff though, you basically have to partner with somebody that has the rights to actually put that stuff out there on YouTube before you can actually start making money on that. Sometimes people think that you can use fair use laws to show game footage in their videos and get away with it. That's simply just not the case. The only time fair use would come into play is say you did a video talking about Call of Duty and everything like that, and say your video was 10 minutes long and you just happen to reference a clip or something like that from Call of Duty, so you just showed like a 30-second clip in that video. That would be considered fair use. But if your whole entire video is all of Call of Duty footage, you need to have the rights to do it or be partnered with a channel that has the rights to do it, or a company that has the rights to do it. Now, when you partner with a channel, it's almost like they take up ownership of that channel. You still log in, you still upload and everything like that, but the money that's generated by the channel goes to them and then they pay you. Now, they pay you in two different ways depending on which company you're dealing with. On the one hand, you have Machinima on one side who pays you like a CPM, and then you have Yeousch TGN and SocialBlade on the other end, and they kind of pay you an RPM. Now, the RPM and CPM, what's the difference? The CPM is a cost per mil. That's like a set cost per 1,000 views. So Machinima was rumored to pay out $2 per 1,000 views. Now, that could be totally off. I don't know. I don't know anybody that works for Machinima or anything like that. And I've heard that there's a lot of things changing in Machinima, and they've been talking about lowering that amount and everything like that. So, but that gives you a kind of a basic idea. Now, Yeousch and then TGN and SocialBlade, they pay RPMs, which is revenue per mil or revenue per 1,000 units. So whatever your ads do, you make a percentage of that. That could go anywhere from $1.50 per 1,000 views to $5 per 1,000 views. It really just matters who's watching the video, where they're watching it. In some countries, they're not going to be showing advertisements. On some devices, they're not going to be showing advertisements. So you might have 1,000 people watch it, somewhere where they're not going to see any kind of ad, so you're not going to make any money. On the other hand, you might have 1,000 people that all watch it in the United States where it's kind of higher, so you make more money. So that's why there's a difference, like I say, the $1.50 to $5, somewhere around there. Just to give you an idea, when I looked at what I was making each month and everything like that, the worst month I made like $1.50 per 1,000 views, and the best month, or the highest one that I made, was like $2.50 per 1,000 views. And that's not actually what I make, because remember, I'm partnered with Yeousch, so I just get a percentage of that. So what is that percentage? Well, I can tell you that I've seen TGN advertise a 60-40 split. That means that you keep 60% and they keep 40%. I believe SocialBlade is pretty similar. Now, there might be some differences between partners and directors. A lot of times a partner will make one rate and then a director will get a little bit better rate. And then you have super directors, like you see all these big time YouTubers, and I'm sure those guys just negotiate some kind of rate or something like that. But in general, TGN and SocialBlade, you're looking somewhere around a 60-40 split. I can't tell you what Yeousch does because I have an agreement not to disclose that. So if you're partnered though, you can plan on somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.50 to $2 minus the percentage of whatever you get per 1,000 views. That's going to give you an idea of what you could make. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have like 200 videos and they're all doing that, that could mean a couple $100 when you're first starting out a month. Or, if you get up into the neighborhood of what these other guys are doing and everything like that, that could mean a whole lot more money. Now, what do I do with the money that I make? Pretty much everything but the money I set aside for taxes, have decided to just give away at this time. It's not because I don't believe you should make money off of YouTube or anything like that. To be honest with you, I want to grow this channel to the point where I can replace my wife's income and I can pay her to work for me and she can stay at home with kids, and I think that would be awesome. So I'm not against making money on YouTube or anything like that, so don't think that. But I had this thing happen to me when I was kind of probably early 20s. I saw this picture of this kid probably in Africa. He's on his knees, basically skin and bones, bloated stomach. You know, he looked like he was just about ready to die. And there was this vulture sitting behind him on the ground, and you could tell that the vulture was just actually waiting for him to die. I'll tell you what, that picture cut me to the core, and to be honest with you, I ended up yelling at God. I actually said some swear words to him and kind of just gave it to him. You know, I was like, how could a loving God let this go on? Why don't you do something when you have all the power in the world and everything like that? And this was one of those moments where I clearly heard God speak to me, and he said, what are you doing about it? You know, he said, you're supposed to be my hands and feet in this world, and here you are doing nothing. And so since then, you know, I've kind of changed a lot of things, simplified my life, looked for ways that I could give more money away to charities and everything like that. And I've just tried to be more generous with what I've been given, and more faithful and everything like that. So now, you know, with making money on YouTube, I'm like, this is an awesome opportunity to give more money away to these charities that I really like. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that to brag on myself or anything like that, because trust me, I could be so much more generous with what I have. You know, I used to have this mindset of, boy, you know, if I had more money, I'd do this and everything like that. Or, boy, rich people really need to step up, or the government really needs to step up. But I really felt God impressing on me, no, you know, you need to quit passing the buck and everything and step up yourself. You know, be responsible, be faithful with the little bit that I've given you. You know, and that's what I've been trying to do. I sure have a long ways to go. Trust me, I am far from there, but hopefully I'm moving in that right direction. But let me know if you got any questions about YouTube, or let me know any comments you have on what I said. As always, though, take care and God bless.